Christine, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video of a layout that I am using the Scrap Room's latest kit. Their Flavors of the Month kit comes with a whole wide variety of products, and I am using the portion today that comes from My Mind's Eye from their blush collection, which is just absolutely gorgeous. Stunning colors in it. And so I was really excited to play with it and finally had the chance. So I am focused on mixed media right now and teaching you guys some different mixed media techniques. So today I am going to show you again how I incorporate the packaging technique, but instead of just showing it to you, I'm actually showing you on a layout how I did it. Now I am having some video issues, and so I am backtracking a little bit, and you can tell that already. But I am going back and I'm adding on a second layer of the packaging technique now so that you guys can see how I'm incorporating it. And you can see it's kind of a mess. That's okay, because it is just meant to be a big burst of colorful background, and so it's going to kind of blend into everything behind all my embellishing. Now I will go back and use a little cloth and just pull up some of the excess there as well before it dries and before I actually take the heat dryer to it. But this is just a fun way to take like a really dark paper that might be a little overwhelming to add a little bit of color to it and just really calm things down. Now this one I am using Dylusion's White Ink Essentials Mist, and so it's really a bold mist. It works great for this kind of thing. And then I'm just going to go over and dry it off real quick before I continue with the rest of the layout. I don't have to spend too much time doing this because I don't have like thick heavy droplets on it or anything, and quite honestly I don't want to sit around and wait for it to dry, so I'm just drying it off. Now a quick little tip for you here. On my first layer, I noticed my paper was warping a little. Again, I could use gesso and take care of that. Unfortunately, I am out. So what I did is, after I did the first layer and saw that the paper was starting to warp a little bit because of the moisture, I just put some additional cardstock behind it and made sure to put adhesive down the middle where it was warping, and then just smoothed the whole thing out by strengthening it with an extra piece of cardstock, and that worked beautifully. You can see there's not a lot of warping going on, even with that second layer on there. So now comes the fun part, and always my favorite part, the embellishing. Again, you're going to see me doing some here immediately. You're going to see me doing some backtracking. I am so sorry, but I did want to share this layout with you and share as much of the process as I could, despite technical difficulties. So this kit came with the cardstock stickers, which have this beautiful pink foiling on it. I also got the embellishment kit this month, and so I also got the ephemera that matches that. So I'm working with more embellishments than you typically would with just their straight up Flavors of the Month kit, but they all came together to make it, first of all, easy to do this layout, super easy, and it's so pretty. It's got this really soft pinky that's got like a peach coral tone to it, and then the foiling and the beautiful navy blue. I just love the colors on this, and it happened to coordinate beautifully with the young lady in the picture with my son here in her bridesmaid dress. So I have fussy cut some of these flowers out. Some of them came in the ephemera, but I also fussy cut some out of patterned paper, and I am just planning to go ahead and surround the picture with it. Now I'm doing a little tweaking here and there because I realize, it gets a little bit too heavy, too busy, and so I'm playing with it, and you'll see me pull things up, stick them back down. Then you might see at the end, oh wait, she totally still pulled that one up, and just kind of part of my technique is just messing around that way. So you can see I added a beautiful title on there. I also have added on hearts and tags and all those fun elements that came with the kit products. And I also am going to add on these beautiful navy leaves, which navy on navy, I've got a lot of that going on today. And the pinks and whites help to soften it up. But I also fussy cut some additional leaves out of that same paper that I fussy cut the flowers out of, which I was kind of pleased that they all coordinated so nicely because they look exactly the same as the ephemera stuff. So, or the ephemera, yeah, the ephemera looks exactly the same as the pattern patterned paper when you cut it out and leave that white trim. So that was fantastic. So you can see this is just a really pretty patterned paper, and easy peasy to just cut out some leaves out of that. Not at all a hard thing to fussy cut. The flowers obviously were a little more challenging, but still not hard. And you know, I'm always looking at paper like, oh, how can I fussy cut that and use that in a different way? And this paper specifically jumped out at me as one that I would definitely want to fussy cut with, because of the flowers and the leaves. There was just some really pretty stuff on there to play with and make it totally different. And I just don't tend to use a big floral patterned paper all by itself. I've got to like break it up somehow. So again, that makes sense. And so my brain's always kind of going there. Now, you can see how it's all coming together, and how, like I told you in the beginning, that packaging technique, the white splotches are all kind of just faded into the background now. That was the goal. They weren't meant to overtake the entire layout or be a focal point, but really to just help bring everything to the surface and not get drowned in that really dark background. So that was well achieved, I think. Now, I'm gonna just move a few things around here, because ultimately I think that bottom left side is just a little bit too crowded. And so I'm going to end up pulling up my title and changing up where it goes. And I will show you that here in a minute, but that's part that got lost. I'm also going to end up pulling up a lot of that left side and just kind of easing up on everything in this layout so far. Now here's where I land, okay? You can see I added sweet up top and I added then love down below. And then you can also see I softened up that bottom left corner, and then I added on just a few white sequins, and that is pretty much it. Fun, simple, beautiful, and totally complements the picture. Thank you so much for joining me today. I will be back all week long with lots of videos for you.